Hi there, it's your Sewing Sherpa Shauna here at Needles and Knots, and today I'm sewing undies. And to warm up, I've cut out a pair of these kind of boy shorts. They don't have a side seam to them, and I based them on a pair that I wear all the time. I really feel like they're super comfortable, but I am going to show you just how fast and easy they can be. I'm here at my overlock machine, and I have it all threaded up, and I'm going to use the overlock machine as much as possible because overlock stitches stretch if you have your tension set correctly. And when you're wearing underwear, there's nothing in your underwear that you don't want to stretch comfortably. All right, so I'm gonna do the back crotch, the front crotch, the inseam, the hem, and the waist. And it is, Alexa, what time is it?
Right now, it's 2 p.m.
Right now, it's 2 p.m. All right, let's see how long it takes. Wow, right on the dot. All right, so front crotch to front crotch, back crotch to back crotch. All right, hopefully I got it set right. I hate it when I do these videos and I get done, I'm like, oh, you guys watched the floor the whole time. All right, front crotch to front crotch. I'm going really slow because I'm trying to match the plaids. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not very good at matching plaids. Yeah, not great. All right. See if I can do a better one on this side. Nope, not really. That's so close. That's why I don't like matching plaids. It's like, might as well have them way off because trying to match them. So it looks like I messed up the pattern here because I gave myself a shaped inseam on the back, but not the front. So I'll have to fix that in my pattern. So technically, you put both crotch seams in the same direction if you're going to top stitch them, but I'm not going to top stitch these because, well, they're undies. And so I'm going to put one of my seam allowances going one way and the other one going the other way to decrease bulk, because that's always good in the crotch area. Decreasing bulk. Should have done the ends first, but oh well. Alright, inseam, outseam. Front crotch, back crotch, inseam. Alright, so now I like to give the bottom edge a good sew over. And I'm gonna have my seams, doesn't matter which way they go. Before I hem them, because it gives me something to hold on to when I'm hemming. Right. Keeps the edge from curling as much too, you know? Like, lay it down, trim it off, doesn't curl so much. If I would have done that before I did the crotch seam, I wouldn't have to enter and exit awkward. Like, entering and exiting on a tube is oftentimes a little bit awkward. When you're serging, you always want to see a little bit fall off. Like, I've got like this teeny tiny, I'd say 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch, somewhere in there, falling off. Because if you don't have a little bit fall off, the edges aren't going to wrap properly. You're going to have like the thread hanging off. And if you take too deep, well then your sewing margins will be off. So there we go. And now I've got the waist, and I know that I have a nice sized waist. So the waist on this is, let's say 15, 16. This is 16 inches across times 2, which is 32 inches. And my high waist, like my normal waist, is about 32 inches, but these are gonna rest a little bit below. And I don't want them to squish. So guess what? I'm gonna put the elastic on 1-to-1. I'm not gonna stretch my elastic at all. Stretching it would make it a little bit more complicated, but I don't need to make this complicated because I happen to know I don't want my elastic stretched. So if I overlock it this way, then when I flip it down, perfect. All right. There's a lot of different ways you can do this, but I think this is the way I want to do this. All right. Entering, and I want to stagger that elastic down just a little bit from the edge so that I can have that feather being cut off, but not the elastic being cut. You don't want to cut into your elastic if you can. This is a nice soft knit elastic too, which makes it really comfortable. I mean, I wouldn't call this power sport clothes, you know, like, ooh, cutting into my elastic. Focus, Shauna. Ah, don't cut into your elastic. And then once you cut into it, you start wobbling around to get back out. So this seam allowance goes this direction. Right, okay. Don't wobble and don't cut. Stay focused. Okay. Meditate on the elastic and the sewing. Nice soft elastic for comfort. And see, that's the thing. When you buy your shorts from the store, they always pull the elastic, which gives you that nice bunchy look at the top of the shorts that you expect, and it makes the waist look nice and small for when it's laying on the table. But then you get it home and you're like, oh, I wish the elastic weren't so tight, you know? So when you sew your underwear yourself, you don't have to pull the elastic tight. I've actually made underwear where the underwear were smaller than the elastic. I actually had to stretch the fabric to get the elastic to fit, and that's fine. It won't sell, it won't look cute on a table at a store, but it sure feels comfortable. Good. All right, so my elastic is attached to the top edge, and I've got everything done here. All right, so now I'm gonna go over So now I'm over at my regular machine. I can't do this on my industrial straight stitch because I want to do a zigzag stitch or a running stitch so that it stretches. So here, hopefully you can see this. Gotta lock it down. All right, so I'm gonna do a 5/8 inch hem on the bottom, and I wanna use a zigzag stitch. So I'm gonna get to zigzag stitch. I'm gonna have a little bit of a longer stitch, like 3.5, 3.2 is what I'm feeling 3. We'll start with 3. And my width, 3.6 is fine. And 5/8. 5/8 fold is going to be about to here. Again, you know, it's about 5/8. As long as I'm uniform, it doesn't matter. It's not like the shorts are going to fall apart if they're 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch, but they're going to look funny if I don't stay uniform. And notice I'm starting at the crotch area, the inseam, because if I want to make any adjustments to the length or the width or the depth of the hem, which I do, I feel like maybe, like this is where how deep I want the hem to be. So I'm gonna make my guide just a little bit further in. So if I'm changing anything, it'll be down in that area where it's a lot less noticeable. All right, got it. I'm not back tacking. And I want the left stroke to be at the top of the hem, and the right stroke to be inside of it. All right, now I want to make sure it's stretching because I don't want to tie it on my legs, and it's feeling stretchy. Okay, that's good. So yeah, 3 for my length and 3.5 for my width, or 3.6 for my width is good. I feel like this hem's a little bit deep. I could have gone a little bit shallower by like 1/8 of an inch, but it doesn't matter. Right, doesn't matter. Also stretch the fabric a little bit as you're doing this. You know, if you want, say you have bigger thighs and you want to make sure you have plenty of stretch room, if you stretch the fabric a little bit, you're going to get that stretch available. That stretch is going to be available when you're wearing them. If you stretch it too much though, your hem will be really wavy. Wavy. So to get my stretch, I'm just kind of letting my fingers rest a little bit heavy on the fabric as I'm guiding it through, which I don't normally do. I usually keep my fingers and my hands a little bit light, or as light as I can, so that they're not interfering. But to give it a little stretch, I'm letting it be a little heavy. All right, now I'm at the beginning and I've crossed over my original stitch, and here I might do just 1 back tack, although I don't think they're really all that effective. All right. Looks good, and see that's where my mess is, right in this bottom crotch area where you're not gonna see it. Oh, that's cute. Little zigzag to go with my plaid. I'm doing fall underwear. All right. So the next leg is going to be just the same. Leg is done. So the last part is the waistband, and I have cute little labels. This says S for Shauna. That's right. It's Shauna. And or Smith, because my last name's Smith. But the idea is that sometimes when it's dark, you can't figure out what the front and the back of your underwear are, or your shorts or whatever. So if you put a label in the back, it makes it easier. So I'm gonna put this here at the center back. Actually, I put it just off of center back because it's bulky there. And that means that's the part that's most likely to rub into my lower back, you know? And then that'll be irritating. So I'm gonna go back to a straight stitch, and I'm just gonna sew that in. S for Shauna. And now to do the waistband, I want it to be really stretchy and really comfortable. So I'm gonna use the running stitch or rickrack stitch. And on here, they actually show it very differently than, okay, so 0.4, I want it to be like 3.5, 4 in the length, and 3 in the width, I think. Wait, that is not the running stitch. It's in that one, it's 5. Okay, that wasn't my running stitch, but I found it. And it's always, you know, menu structure. So I don't have to use any guide up here. I'm just gonna bump the top edge of the elastic up against the fold. So I'm kind of like pulling them apart like this. And I've got the length set at 3 and the width set at 5. And again, I want to make sure that when I'm on the left stroke, I'm at the very top of the, like this very edge, without going off, but it needs to be there. All right, so on this side, you'll see it's like a giant zigzag. I'll bring it up a little closer later, but it's basically 1, 2, 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3 stitches. It's like 3 stitches in each direction. And that's banshee stretch, man. That'll go up over anything. In this direction. Yes, I do. But anyways, it'll be fine. I'm gonna go back to 1. Oops. All right. So they're done. Alexa, what time is it?
Right now, it's 2:21 p.m.
2:21 p.m. So it took 20 minutes to make these shorts. So that means if you did this properly, 20 minutes to make a pair of shorts, you could do 3 pairs per hour. And if you had an 8-hour workday, 3 times 8 is 24. You can make 24 pair of underwear. And if you sold them for $10 a piece, you made $240. Or saved $240. No, I don't know how that works. But anyways, so really comfortable, really easy, kind of dorky. And that's the warm-up pair.